Kind of the Flames here with another video, and I'm going to be talking about knowing where the enemy is at, because it is a very crucial part to kicking their ass. Everyone knows about the radar, top left of the screen. Not everyone uses it actively, though. You don't just want to look there when you don't have any idea where the enemy is and you want to find out your next kill. You want to be looking there, constantly. If you're chasing someone down, you want to be, looking at your reticle, make sure you're getting a headshot. But after that, you want to look at your radar immediately, because that tells you your immediate surroundings. That tells you more information about where an enemy is. And then, your screen does, because it can show not just, the 90-degree area that you're looking at, but it can also see through walls. Now, it goes off through gunfire and UAVs and blackbirds. But there's also some other stuff that you can look for on the radar, like supply crates. Enemies drop in supply crates, then there's probably going to be an enemy there, unless he's trying to get like hardline pro, so he's just leaving them there and sharing them with his allies. But there's probably going to be some kind of enemy by a supply crate. So it's a good idea to go to those, and even if you don't get there in time, they're probably still going to be in the general area after they pick it up. You can also use the helicopters that bring them in. They show on the radar the helicopters going to the position that they're going to drop the crate, and you can use that as a little extra heads up to get to them maybe before they pick up the crate, and you can get the crate as a nice bonus too. Valkyrie missiles are another kill streak that shows off where an enemy is. You can see the Valkyrie missile heading on the map, and you can use that to tell where it came from. And if you don't get it by the first time they shoot off the missile, then the second one will definitely tell you exactly where they are, and then you can go ahead and kill them while they're busy, flying that missile around. No way they can stop you from a free and easy kill. Ally positions on the map are a little less obvious about telling where an enemy is. Now, this one works best if you pause the game by pressing escape or the start button on consoles, and you can see the overhead view of the map. Look at where your allies are, and there's most likely going to be a huge empty space somewhere on the map where none of your allies are. That's where the enemy is. Even if there's not gunfire, the enemy is over there somewhere. So you can use that to go kill them, or if it's an objective-based game and you have, like in Domination, you have all the points, and your allies are at near 2 points but not near the third, then the enemy's going to spawn there, so you can just go ahead and camp that point, because if they're not retards, they're going to take it. Now on to some more proactive things. Checking corners. Checking corners is essential. I can tell you that I used to not be good at checking corners, because it's pretty much easier and lazier to not check corners, because you're just going along and you just want to you don't want to turn to your side every couple seconds to see if there's an enemy there. You just assume there's not an enemy there, and you'd hope there wouldn't be, because then they get the drop on you. But in this way, even though you're at a disadvantage if you're just running down a hallway and checking the doors on the sides, it still gives you the advantage of them seeing you and then, flanking you as you run by. They come out the hallway and they shoot you. And that's a no-go. At least at this point you have a fighting chance. If you're camping in an area, don't go like with the stereotypical camping of just aiming down your sights at like a doorway or something like that. That's just going to get you killed. If not like the first kill or the second kill you get, the third kill, even if it's the same person, they're just going to walk around, flank you, and kill you, or they're going to throw a grenade at you or something like that. So it's always good to just be moving around, even if you're camping in an area. Then people don't hate you as much for not camping. It also gets you better at checking corners and being a fast-paced player. And it lets you know if there's someone sneaking up behind you. So always check your corners. Knowing the map and knowing the spawns is also very important. If you know the map and you don't know where the enemy is, if you know the map you don't know where the enemy is if you know the map, but you do know the routes they can take, and you do know where they are likely to be, if they're camping or if it's an objective-based map where they're going to be moving along. And it really just helps you know where the enemy could possibly be, because if there's an area of the map, like for example in this map, There's the little walkway where I'm facing right now. There's a little walkway that goes down from A to C, and there's a tower in the middle of it. You can't climb up from right there, but you can actually jump over into from this building. And you can also get into the what is it called? Anyway, it's like the little railway car or whatever that's just kind of hanging. You can jump into that too. And I'm sure you didn't know about those. And if you don't know about them, you're not expecting enemies to be there, and they already have the drop on you if you don't expect them to be there, because you totally forego the fact that they could be over there, and so you assume that they aren't there. And assuming that an enemy can't be somewhere is a bad idea. Knowing the spawns is also great too, because if you're say if we have A and C right now, the enemy has B. If you know where the spawns are for B, you can just run up to there and kill the enemy. And you know, if they just spawn, there's not much they can do about it, especially if you flank them. And it's not a very reliable tactic, but it's just, you know, a few extra kills, and obviously you really don't want to stay by there, because the enemy is just gonna, you know, keep spawning nearby. But yeah, on to the more advanced, better, fun, uber stuff that I love doing: probing an area with grenades. I love doing that. If I think an enemy's gonna be around the corner like this, boom, I throw a stun grenade, boom, full of stun grenade, and I didn't get anyone this time, but if I would have gotten someone, I would have immediately followed up with a lethal grenade, which is my Semtex, and that would have killed them before they could have even seen me, and that already gives me the advantage. Or maybe if I didn't have a grenade, or if I was low on health in that situation, I would run the other way, run around the building, and try to flank them, so that I get a little bit of an advantage that I need, since I can't face them directly. Now you see, I already knew that guy was there, but if I didn't, if I was just guessing, then that would have been a fantastic tactic. And my other favorite technique is baiting. I love baiting the enemy. Most common one for domination is you just run over a point that the enemy holds. If there's no enemies there, obviously you want to kill any enemies there by the point first, and then you run over the point, and then you get a little hiding position near the point, and you wait for that enemy to come up and kill you, and then you get the drop on them. Now this works if you want kills, or if you want to take the point. It's also a good strategy, because maybe someone is nearby and they're kind of defending it. They just don't happen to be within line of sight at the point when you go there. So it's a good idea to clear out any enemies that are nearby before you actually take the point. You can also do baiting with gunfire. So like if I was standing right where I was when I just died, and I just fired off a bunch, you know, some people would probably go over to A to save it from me. So I would just wait for the enemies to come and already have the advantage on them. And you can also use supply crates. Supply crates from the regular drop, from the sentry, or from the SAM rocket. Like say if your team already has a SAM rocket up, there's no point in getting on. I don't think there is. Maybe 2 is a good thing, but I think 2 is all an attack helicopter can take. So if you get like a third one or whatever, then there's no use for it. So I would use that as a baiting technique. I would throw the supply crate out in the open, take a good defense position, and wait for some enemies to come and pick it up, because they don't know it's a SAM turret. Actually, I think they do. They hear the voice, but they can't actually see the SAM turret, you know, over the crate. They just see the crate and they hope it's something good. So that's all I really wanted to talk about this time. For my next video, I'm going to talk about making sure the enemy does not know where you are. And that's probably just as important as this one, because if you know where the enemy is, you can get kills on them, but if they know where you are, they can get kills on you, and it's not really helping you that much. So I'm going to go over that a little bit. And in a future video, after I get some more experience with the weapons, I'm going to do a video on that. I'm just into my second prestige right now, so I'm starting to get kind of a good feeling for the my less favorite weapons, like the Galil with the silencer. Not too bad, not really, but I'll get into that later. I hope you guys liked the video. If you do, please like it and subscribe, and you'll get more very soon.